Let's get to our social media genie.
Anna.
Hello.
Hello.
How are ya?
Hello.
Good. I'm feeling a little stuffy, but I'm good.
Feeling a little bit stuffy?
I'm getting a cold.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. You've been hanging out with Squeeze. He has a cold also.
I don't have a cold.
He has a sinus infection.
I have a sinus headache slash whatever.
You sent it to Miami.
Yeah. All right.
You're hanging out in the cold part of Miami. That's what it is. You need to hang out in
That's
the warm
what
part.
it's part of Miami?
It's actually going around now, and actually when it kind of like, when it gets really cold and warms up, or when it gets really warm and cold and the temperature fluctuates a lot, it seems to me, I'm not a scientist, but it seems to me that's when everyone gets sick, which is what's happening now.
I mean, Friday was cold, Saturday was warm,
Right.
Yesterday got a little warmer. I don't know how it's always changing.
Yeah.
So we have a couple questions.
Okay, let's go.
Alrighty. Shine Williams, what if you have a conditional green card, you live with your spouse, but you share nothing together in both people's names, like bank accounts, lease things, nothing at all? How much decrease are they going? I don't.
Well, Shine, part of being married is not just the way they define a real bona fide marriage. You have described something that is not a real bona fide marriage, at least according to the U.S. government. The U.S. government defines a real bona fide marriage in two parts. One, are you physically living together? You just said, yes, you're physically living together. The other part, to prove that it is a real bona fide marriage for immigration purposes, is that you share an economic relationship. Part of being married is sharing an economic relationship, which means you're paying the bills together, you have bank accounts together, you're doing your taxes together, all that type of thing. You just said you don't have it. So basically, if you were to go for your green card or remove the conditions, you would be denied under the laws, under the rules that immigration has set out. Because they will say this is not a bona fide marriage. You're not sharing in the economic relationship together, both the proceeds and the debts. Meaning the proceeds are you're commingling your funds that you earn, and the debts meaning you're paying the bills out of the marriage from those commingled funds. That's a bona fide marriage according to the Immigration Service. You haven't described it. So when you say what would happen, you could be denied.
Nika Thomas, hi Brad, how does my daughter who was born here in the United States have to file for me?
How does she?
Yes.
Well, she has to be over 21. And then if you're in the United States, she files an adjustment for you. And we can certainly help.
Sherry Ann Brown, good afternoon. My friend's husband filed for her 16-year-old daughter, but she got denied. Can he appeal it?
Why was she denied? That's the question. You can appeal anything. So the answer is, for the short answer, yeah, you could appeal. But maybe you shouldn't be appealing because maybe they were correct in denying you. I don't know why you were denied. And if they were correct in denying you, that doesn't mean that you can't refile again and correct the reason why it was denied. The only time you appeal is to say they made the wrong decision. They should have approved me. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether they should have approved you or not because I don't have the records in front of me. That's why you have a consultation.
Lupe Orellana, can my mother-in-law get a visa if I'm a citizen and my husband is a permanent resident? She was denied 2 times. Once because the paperwork was wrong, and again because I'm a citizen and she doesn't have enough time her back home.
Well, so who's who? What's the relationship?
Can her mother-in-law get a visa if she's a citizen and her husband is a permanent resident? She was denied 2 times. Once because of the paperwork.
Okay, I understand. She wants the mother to get a visitor's visa. Mother could go get a visitor's visa 100 million times. It doesn't mean they're going to approve her. She has to be able to show that she intends to return home. Now, if the husband's a citizen, and this is the mother-in-law, why doesn't the husband just file for her green card? Take 9 months, and then she can come as much as she wants.
Denise Phillips, hi Brad. I got married to my spouse when he came in to visit in 2014 on a visiting visa. Within 2 months of his visit here, I was a green card holder. Now I'm a citizen. We were together before I migrated to the U.S. He has been visiting every year. for the last 2 years. It's been over a year since he comes to visit. How can I petition for him?
This is what's the relationship? It's her husband?
Yes.
File an I-130 visa petition. And by the way, for those listening on WVIP 93.5, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show. You are listening to the rapid fire round. My name is Brad Bernstein from Spar and Bernstein, and the telephone number to call if you want to get your immigration questions answered is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. Let's continue, Anna.
Jody and Jody.
Make something about it, sir?
I want to file for my nephew in Jamaica. How can I file for him? What's the adoption process?
The child has to be orphaned. So let's figure out if the child is an orphan first before you do any adoption process.
JoJo, asking for a relative who put in all her paperwork, did her biometric in December, and recently saw a notice on the website early January that her I-486 isn't processed.
You got to talk, Anna. Can you talk closer to your microphone because I'm not hearing every word coming out of your mouth, which is why I'm asking again.
JoJo
much
is
better,
asking for a relative. She put in her paperwork and did her biometric in December. Recently saw a notice on the website early January that her I-486 is in process and waiting to schedule an interview. What does this mean? She won't be getting her work permit?
She should be getting a work permit if she filed an I-765. She did her biometrics in December. If she did everything right, she should get a work permit by March. If she did everything wrong, she'll never get a work permit. She'll eventually get an interview for a green card if she did everything right, and that'll be in about 9 months.
Jay Carter, my wife is a GCH and she submits all her forms. We are waiting approval. Are they going to disapprove the I-35 or are they going to accept all of it? And if they should approve it.
What? She's a green card holder and what?
And she's waiting for the approval. She's a green card holder. She submits all the forms. We're waiting for the approval. Are they just going to approve the I-135 or are they going to accept all?
No, you're just going to say it's just an I-130 that they're going to accept. When you get married to a green card holder, it's a different process to get a green card than filing an adjustment through a marriage. And if that's what you did, it's very possible that Donald Trump's going to put you in deportation. You know, it's just time and time again, I tell people, just filling out a form and submitting it and hoping for the best is like the dumbest thing in the world. Get a lawyer to do it the right thing for you. You're putting yourself in risk of deportation. Continue.
Jody and Joe asked a follow-up question about her nephew. She said he is an orphan. He lives with a lady that his mom left him with.
Okay, so we have to strip the mother of her parental rights, unless the mother's dead and the father's dead. So we have to do that, and at the same time do what's called the pre-adoption here in the United States. So there's certain things that have to happen prior to bringing the child up. You're not going to adopt the child in Jamaica. If you adopt the child in Jamaica, you'll never get him here. You're bringing the child up to the United States to do an adoption here in the U.S. But we have to strip the mother of her parental rights. It's not enough that the mother just dropped it off with a lady. If the mother's parental rights have never been stripped, we got to do that. We also have to do a pre-adoption here, get a judge to approve that you're an okay fit parent to adopt a child.
Jay Carter, I got a cousin who overstayed on a B2 and now driving with a driver's license from a different country that is controlled by the U.S. Is that a major issue?
You can't draw. I can tell you what the laws are in the state of New York. If you're living in New York, if you're in America for more than 90 days, and you're driving, you need a New York State driver's license. And that's probably the law in most states.
Denise Phillips has a follow-up question about her spouse who visits back and forth. She said, my spouse plans to visit in a couple of weeks. Can I do an adjustment of status when he comes here, or should I do the I-130 while he's in Jamaica?
You can't come to the United States for purposes of getting a green card.
You sure about that?
Positive.
You're positive?
Yes. And if you're going to visit while an I-130 is pending, they're going to say you intend to get a green card. I would suggest she speaks with a lawyer.
No. I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest she speaks with the lawyer as I play with my headphone.
Yes.
I don't know why Brad does that all the time. It seems like he's advertising for other attorneys. I always tell you not to do that, man. No, you pay absolutely no money for advertising this company. Why would you be here?
Right.
All right, so people call Spar and Bernstein, not another attorney. I got to correct a man who is advertising about his own company, advertising for other people. Call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. If not, then you should just start calling out other firm names in.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get to another call with Anna down in Miami. Or question, rather.
Dinah, my wife has a master hearing in February 1st. She doesn't have a lawyer. She go ask for an extension.
If this is her first time, she'll get a short extension, but there's no guarantee. She should go get a lawyer.
And if she doesn't have a lawyer, she should call you.
Yes.
There you go.
Correct.
There you go.
Right.
Jackie Lewis, I have an appointment to see you this week, but I was asking my husband's daughter to file for him 2 years ago. We got married. I called the lawyer. He said my husband can't file for me until 5 years. To the 5-year time.
Maybe did the husband get a green card through a different wife?
I believe the daughter filed for him.
Then the lawyer doesn't. No, as a permanent resident, you should file.
Maria Elizabeth Edwards, how long does it take for a green card holder to file for a spouse and minor children?
2 years.
That is the last question.
All right. Wonderful, Anna.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us again. And we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.